Ready?
Oh, wait.
You ready? I can feel you judging me. You're like wondering how I'm going to start this
I'm
off.
only on like 12 podcasts, so I just thought like, we'll just see how you do it. Kidding.
Yeah, well, with that, welcome to episode 11 of the OfflineTV Podcast. Today we have QTCinderella.
Episode 11?
Yeah, we reset it.
We've
every
reset.
year.
Yeah, just honestly.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's this weird thing. We have like seasons and then it changes.
Is everyone confused?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well, yeah.
As long as it's
You just
everyone.
gotta roll with it, honestly.
Woohoo. Okay.
The viewers will be like, oh, it's new season, I guess. Like,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Episode 11. Rumor has it I'm joining OfflineTV.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd the rumors start?
I
Did you start
started
it?
I thought it was kind of silly, so here I am.
Okay, you can
This will
join.
be perfect.
Yeah, you can join.
Wow.
Now everyone will think I'm busy. But thank you.
Oh, okay. She's playing
I
hard
just
to
want to be
get.
asked. Yeah. Well, hey guys.
Hey, well,
Hey.
I think we can kick this off with the gift exchange.
What?
I didn't bring anything.
This is
Wait, you didn't bring?
No. Oh my god.
Nobody reads.
yeah.
Nobody reads.
There's no note about a gift. Don't say nobody reads.
No,
I read.
Every time that we have a podcast, it's always like a thing.
Huh?
That we send, but nobody ever reads it.
Yeah.
So no one ever comes prepared.
They're lying. Hey,
I'm literally
I will
not lying.
This is not true. Brodin, don't make that face.
That
He's the one that
happens.
sent me the message. He said nothing about gifts, Jodi. Blame him.
You didn't.
You know I love
Is
gifts.
it your fault?
I would bring
we
gifts.
can check the DMs later.
Okay. This is
Okay.
your gift. We thought you'd like it.
Super fantastic Taylor Swift coloring and activity book. Wow. I do love it.
I was gonna say, unironically, I think you'll like this.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's word searches. There's hot pics. I'm a
Uh-huh.
girl.
I've
Uh-huh.
seen Cutie's craft. Like Cutie's craft table is my dream. Like I want the space to have what Cutie has. Like
Yeah.
I just see a table full of charms and little
Beads,
doodads. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
this is my dream.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's
Yeah.
my favorite thing.
Little fun fact. I bought that for Cutie the same day I bought those two things that I hide in Sid's room.
That's forever ago.
Yeah.
That's
I've been
Why do you
sitting on
hide
this.
things
that
in
is
Sid's room?
literally like a year and a half ago.
We have
Yeah.
to address that.
Okay.
What are you hiding in Sid's room?
So I'm gonna say this here because
Wait, they've got the kitty cats.
yeah, you enjoy that.
Meredith and
I'll say this here because I don't think there's a chance Sydney will ever watch or hear this.
She will now, but
Well,
this is how clips work. you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Like
I'm trusting you guys.
no, see,
Don't.
we've been through that.
No,
We're
do
moving
it.
to Japan apparently. Like I think you can trust nothing.
Yeah.
I think they'll want the bit to continue.
Okay.
Basically, we went to like a home goods store a while ago and I got these two it's like a silver and gold gorilla and lion.
Cute.
One of them is doing like the hear no evil and one is
Uh-huh.
doing the see no evil,
Okay.
and I didn't buy a third one.
Oh, frustrating.
I hid those two in Sydney's room and she found them, and then I was like, "Did you find the third one?"
That's so funny. That is
And
so
The
funny.
whole time we were there, she eventually forgot, but she was like, "What is it? Is it like a rhinoceros? Is it like a bronze rhinoceros left? Or like what?" She never found it because it didn't exist.
Well, she's for sure. She moved. She packed all her stuff up. She's gonna be really confused.
Well, what she doesn't know is that, so when we were moving out of our last house, by the way, we moved. We're in a new house.
This is new house.
When we were packing up the last house, I saw them outside her door. And so I went, well, I picked them up. And I have them. And at some point, I'm going to put them in her room again.
Do you think she put them outside of her door to like donate them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, she does not want
They're
them.
they're pretty ugly. Like she would
Yeah.
not put them in her room
Yeah.
normally. Well, we like hid them on her shelf, and then
Yeah. They were hidden on like her like display shelves. So like they look like they're meant to be there. But
Right.
if she actually was like, wait, I didn't put that there.
Mm.
Yeah.
How has moving been?
Oh yeah, this was the hardest move, and I've moved every year since
A
I've been in
lot,
LA.
yeah.
So, but this was the hardest move.
Why?
Our movers took 14 hours.
You guys just have so much shit?
Yeah.
I don't know
Respectful.
why this was so much longer.
We just moved so far. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you had to drive forever to get out of here.
Yeah, forever.
But like, why? I don't know why it took so long. Honestly, they didn't even finish my stuff.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
weird. So we had to do it in like 2 days.
Really?
The first day was like 14 hours.
Yeah.
The second day, they did in like 2.
Yeah, I
And
like
s-
hired like luggers, or I think is what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went through an app and I just
No,
hired movers to get the rest of my
I'm
stuff.
talking Skara. Skara did the older
Oh
whole
yeah,
half of the house, and they did it in like quarter of the time.
Weird.
I don't know. Our
Maybe
guys
they
were
were
just
tired.
No, yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
maybe you're just tired.
They were tired.
A lot of work.
This is a new couch.
Old couch.
Old couch.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks new.
old couch. But it's yeah. We just put it. We just fixed it today for
Yeah.
you.
But you kicked John out.
Yeah, we don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw you broke up.
And we broke up. That was crazy. John came in. He's like, I didn't know that we broke up. I just found out from YouTube.
The internet.
Yeah, the internet told me.
Yeah. So how are you dealing with that?
Well, we're back together. You know how
Right.
fickle
Yeah.
breaks can
Oh,
be.
typical streamers.
Yeah, we're back. But
All
he's,
of that.
he's close by.
Is he's choosing to live with friends? Or by himself?
By himself.
He's just never lived alone?
Yeah, he's never lived alone.
Oh, good. That's important.
Yeah.
Get that
I
out
also
of your
think
system.
like he's thriving.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he really struggled in our OTV house because there's just so much going on all the time. And there's
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
he's got ADHD. So he like needs systems and homes. And it's just a lot easier when he's alone. And he's
Yeah.
thriving. He's doing his
Great.
thing. Yeah.
I believe that. I wish I would have lived alone instead of moving into like big house with all the boys. The boys were great, but also I was like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And it's just like, I don't think a girly pop is supposed to live with that many boys.
I need at least one girly pop with me.
Yeah, so I think I should have lived on my own when I first moved here. But I think what happened was Ludwig pulled a parent trap. Like he told me like, oh, we can live together. And then he told his roommates, oh, we can live together. And all of a sudden we're all here.
We're all living together.
And I was like, wait a second.
Have you lived alone before?
Yeah,
Mm.
I've lived alone many, many a times.
Was it like, because they're a group of boys that like to just pull their scrotums out and show each other.
Yeah,
So
they
would
do.
you just like turn your head or?
I've seen Slime's balls.
I really didn't like you saying scrotum. It's just like
That's what they do.
I know it just like came out of nowhere though. It's just like
Just like how they do that
yeah,
in
they
the
just
house.
whip them out.
They're relatively respectful if they knew I was around. But the funniest story was when I had my assistant down on the table. She was like sorting, I think, like photographs for Patreon or something. And Slime comes running down the stairs with his shirt off, chanting something at Aiden. And he's just in his boxers and his arms are just like, and he walks down and he was going downstairs. So he couldn't see, like his visual line was cut off. And by the time he gets down there all the way, he sees her just at the kitchen table and he's like, I am so sorry. Like, I am so. And I was like, you're going to sue. Like, that's sexual harassment in the workplace. I'm so sorry. She was like, no, it's funny. I was like, okay. But no, they're great. They're super fun. I love all those boys. The worst thing about them now, they kind of have like Ken's World. Ludwig has a warehouse that they all function out of. And I'm Barbie. So I give Ludwig these lectures all the time that he does not ask for. Because I go into their warehouse and there was a chart of different types of penises. And I was like, Ludwig, you can't have this in your office. And he was like, well, like Slime bought it. And I was like, okay, Slime doesn't work there. He just hangs out and puts the, yeah, so.
Slime just sounds like a good time, honestly.
Slime is a
what
good
I'm
time. He
hearing.
is a very good time.
And I guess they play Call of Duty there, and they have
We
a
do.
gym
Penis
there.
Star League is tonight, and I missed it for this.
Sorry.
Penis Star League.
Yeah.
It's a
You wanna
video
explain-
game
Oh.
it's a video game league. Did you ever play Halo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick, he set up these LANs. So he's got eight Xboxes, 8 monitors, 8 headsets, and we do Halo and Call of Duty LAN parties.
That's honestly my childhood dream.
Yeah, it's really
Wow,
fun.
That sounds super fun.
And we found my old Xbox 360 because that was my first like competitive game was Halo, and so we found my old Xbox account and we were like going through it, and I was like, oh, I had a crush on him. I had a crush on where is he now? Like, oh, do you think he misses me? Do you think he'll see me online? And Ludwig's like, shut up. But it's been fun. It's been weird to dust it off. It's like riding a bike kind of. I'm not as good as I used to be, which is really detrimental to my ego because it's like the one thing I had. But
I used to be also, not to do my own hard, like pretty good at console games. And then I went to
Yeah.
computer games and then I go back to console. I'm like, I don't know how I did this. Like, I don't know how I was ever somewhat good at this.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And there's even aim assist. And yet I can't figure it out.
yeah.
No.
But that is tonight. But they're doing
Guys,
Black Ops.
what are we doing?
We can go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah.
doing? Let's wrap this up.
If it's a league, how does that work?
Yeah,
Like,
it's casual.
like, are there multiple teams that show up every week?
No,
or-
not really. There's just groups of people. I think like tonight there's probably like 12 people going. It's not really a league. It's more of a hangout
Just a kickback
Yeah.
with some games,
with a name, with the title.
which is really important. The most important part.
Yeah. Which again, probably shouldn't be called Penis Star League.
I was gonna
but-
say, like, you're cool with the name, but not the poster.
Yeah. So I guess I'm a hypocrite at the end of the day. It's hard not to be. I've learned.
So wait, you were filming The table before this.
The table with Twitch.tv.
Yes.
My home. What? What do you have to say, Jodi?
Is that the thing that you invited me to?
Yeah, and you said no.
And I couldn't because I was supposed to be in Korea right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys were supposed to be living in Japan.
Yeah, I guess so.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a show produced by Twitch. Twitch is doing this thing where they're doing this Twitch original shows. And they're kind of inspired by all these streamers doing their own stuff and it being really successful, I think. So they're starting with 4 different people, which 2 of them haven't been announced, but 2 of them, I was the first one, and then Hassan is the next one. He's doing this thing called Debate Lords, where essentially you get 2 people up there and you're like, is cereal soup? And I've never been good at pretending like I care about that. So I told Hassan, I was like, I will be bad for your show. I'm so not interested. But it'll be fun for people that can do that. And then there's like 2 more, and then next year they're going to do a new group of people, and then the next year. So it's kind of fun. It's very nice of Twitch to do, but mine was obviously about food. I used to be a pastry chef, and I just like grew up in a bakery. I grew up in the kitchen. And so the whole idea is getting a bunch of girlies together, and everybody brings like, the theme of today was like comfort food. And so everyone says like their comfort food, we have a chef make it. And then we all try each other's and we like talk about our memories and stuff like that.
That is, I love that.
What's your comfort food?
What is my comfort food? The microwavable chinga pies.
Oh, really?
Or cinnamon toast mini waffles.
Cinnamon toast mini waffles, like the cereal?
No, like the Eggo waffles, but specifically the mini
the
ones with
squares.
the tiny little.
So would you have your chef like
Make
toast
me.
those? Or?
Yeah, we would. Well, the first episode we did like family recipes, and I did when my parents got divorced, my dad didn't know how to cook, and so he would make Kraft mac and cheese with cut up hot dogs. And so that was our first episode, was the chef made Kraft mac and cheese with cut up hot dogs. So yeah, it can be anything.
Hey, you would eat that right now.
Yeah.
I saw him eat mac and cheese today.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese is good.
Yeah, that's
What's your
that's
comfort
like,
meal?
It's all we had in the pantry. So
Sure. It's because you always stock the pantry
no,
with
like,
mac and
literally,
cheese.
that's the only thing. It's like that and protein powder in there.
Do you have a go-to, like you take a bite and it's your ratatouille moment?
Think about that. Summer's here and it's time to stay cool, even when the sun's turning up the heat. Let me introduce you to the ultimate grooming game changer, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, in the exclusive white hot colorway from MANSCAPED. This special edition trimmer is designed to keep you looking fresh and flawless, whether you're hitting the beach or just chilling by the pool. Elevate your grooming routine with the precision of the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. With next-gen dual skin-safe blade heads, this trimmer features an updated blade that effortlessly glides through hair, and a new foil blade that leaves your skin irresistibly smooth. The foil blade is perfect for capturing even the finest hairs, giving you that sleek, bare finish everyone will notice. Switching between the trimmer and foil blades is seamless, offering you 2 grooming tools in one without breaking the bank. And here's a bonus. The new LED light now has a dual temperature feature, ensuring every detail is visible no matter your skin tone. Plus, it's waterproof, like always. So you can trim with confidence whether you're by the pool or in the shower. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED for all their grooming needs. Get the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in white hot while supplies last, and head over to manscaped.com to use code OTV for 20% off and free shipping. Let's get back into it.
If I had to create Brodin's like, hey, this is your last meal, it would probably have something lemon and mac and cheese. And that's like really all I would give you.
Well, I don't eat the mac and
You
cheese
can't have
because like
anything else.
I love it. I eat it because it's easy.
Is that of necessity?
Yeah.
I see. For somebody who doesn't love it, you eat a lot of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And easy. You can make it in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it is easy.
Maybe that and like tuna. I'd probably give you tuna, lemon, and mac and cheese.
That's also, if you see me eating tuna, it's like we are really out of everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any food you do like that you consume?
That I make for myself? No.
Wow.
I generally just order it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not sad. I'm so sad for you. I'm sad for you.
I
okay?
used to cook in college, but now it's like I don't like spending the time to do it.
Right.
So I'll just order everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to order?
Recently, I've been ordering a lot of Filipino food. I'll typically order a bowl of adobo and a bowl of tapsalog. So I can eat one for lunch and then the second one for dinner later.
That's smart. Bulk ordering.
Yeah, exactly.
What was in your lunches growing up? Like, what was your
My mom was a great mom.
Really?
Yeah, she used to draw me a piece of art on my lunch bags.
Oh my gosh.
And she would call them Jodi's lunch notes. And like, my mom is very, very like artistic and creative. And so they were crazy. Like, it was all color penciled. And then whatever she would draw would kind of have a theme to my food sometimes. And she would leave me a little note inside. But like, they would have whatever, like always good stuff. Hawaiian sweet rolls and, you know, things that like I genuinely liked.
Lucky ducky.
Yeah, my mom was like a good mom.
Is she still a good mom?
She's a great mom.
Okay, you keep saying was.
Well,
Yeah, you said was.
Well, like, I guess she's not really mothering me anymore.
Okay.
I think she's,
Shout out mom. What the heck?
But like, you know, when she was being like an
Yeah.
active mother,
Yeah.
she's a great mom. So
Does
I
she
think I did
watch your
lunches.
content?
Mhm.
Would she watch this?
Probably.
Hi.
Mom.
Hi, mom.
My mom.
She's sometimes in my chat,
Really?
but she like won't let me tell anyone her username.
Oh.
She wants to be on the
sneaky.
down low. Yeah. My dad also watches some content.
Do you like that?
I actually really like it because you know how when you're around your parents, you have your parent like version of you.
Uh-huh.
And you used to like, I don't know. There's just
I wish I didn't have that.
Is
that what you're saying?
So it's
it
like
kinda breaks it
it's
down.
kind of like being PR, but not really. But it's just like more of a rigid you. But now that they've seen exactly who I am.
Yeah.
I don't really have to like pretend anymore.
Right.
So I like it. I'm like, oh yeah, the weight has been lifted. I'm just me. And there's something really freeing about just being able to be yourself and have your parents recognize that and accept that. And like, it is what it is.
Can imagine.
Yeah. Well, another thing that applies to is like John's parents.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I've never,
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't exactly show my whole personality to my boyfriend's family,
No.
probably.
No, yeah.
But they still like me, and that's really
Good.
reassuring. But it's like, again, it's kind of like, oh, wow, yeah, okay, well, now you know who I am, and this is who I am.
This is going to be a funny deep dive, but we're going to come back to you. I need to know what was
Keep
in your
thinking.
school
You got
lunches,
it. You
okay?
got it.
But do you ever get nervous as you make content online? And obviously, I'm a very different person streaming. Well, not very different. I'm an exaggerated I think I'm a little grumpier streaming. I think I like come off kind of mean, and I don't mean to. And I'm also a little like brattier streaming.
But I really relate to that.
Yeah.
I'm so much more mean than I mean to be, but
I know.
like, it's like, what's that? We're just bitches. Whatever.
Ludwig will give me corrective, like we'll come home from something and I'll be like, I said the sentence and everyone looked at me weird. Was that mean? And he was like, repeat it. And he's like, yeah, what do you mean? Is that mean? And I was like, I don't know. I thought I was just like saying I didn't like something. And he was like, yeah, but like,
This
so
is
Ludwig
so
has to
relatable.
coach me through. I just like, I don't know. I think like my best friend was like my sister, and you can just be so brutal to your sister that it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you have to like,
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you an idiot, but like, I didn't mean that you're
Yeah,
an
I
idiot.
don't
I
think
just
you're an
said the
idiot.
word that you're an idiot.
I just did Wine About It with Grace Van Deen, and she was talking about falling in love with Johnny Gilbert, and she set up the most like beautiful line about how like the room went silent when they were talking, and my response was, "You're so annoying."
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, like, but I know you're.
I didn't think it was mean
Yeah.
until I heard it back, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, that was so mean."
Wait, I do that all the fucking time. I listen to myself. I'm like, oh, was that mean? I don't. But it's also just like, I feel really similar. Like the friends that I grew up with, it was just like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah.
But like, I don't mean bitch, shut up. And I don't think you're an idiot. And I don't think you're annoying. It's just
No.
like the level of banter. But I totally know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
when it on stream, it's different.
So that whole, all of that to say is sometimes I get so lost in the idea of like, okay, so I'm a bit of Hannah Montana. Like Blair was no one in high school. Me, Blair, hi. If you didn't know, my name isn't QT. I was no one in high school. And so now like my Blair Instagram account that I never use, but I still have, it's got 50 followers.
Mhm.
Right. And then QTCinderella's got 200 something. 200,000 times 200. It's
There's a
got
K in there.
200. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a K. But it's like more than I ever should have or anything like that. And I get lost in these weird thoughts of like, what if someone from my high school, or what if even an ex-boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend's mom like stumbles across these Instagram reels of me being like, cunt, bitch, suck a dick or whatever. And I'm like, and then that like misconstrues their perception of like who I am as a person. I get like so like anxious at that idea where it's just like, oh. Do you ever happen to you?
Well, I mean, my ex-boyfriend's been in my chat, and like when we broke up, I'm pretty sure this I cannot say verbatim, but basically my boyfriend or my ex-boyfriend at the time was like, yeah, like my dad thinks that you're gonna cheat on me because you're some cam girl on Twitch, and I'm like, okay. Anyways, it's kind of just like hearing these comments and opinions of me. I just like got over it. Like I was just like, oh, you don't know me, and you don't get my humor, and you're just like, you don't know, like I don't know. I do.
It's a weird thing that you like weirdly like care about people that aren't even in your life, but people that were something to you's perception of you now. And you're like,
yeah.
Anyway, don't think about it before you go to bed.
But like, I did get over it. Like,
really?
Well, I just had far too many people in my chat from like college or because like, I mean, you can find me like,
yeah, I've had one person from my high school recognize me ever. And it was because they were like, hey, this is weird, but do you know who Hassan Piker is? I was like, oh my God. I just replied with no. I was like, no, what are you talking about?
Mine is always like, oh my God, you're part of Offline TV. Like I've just like randomly clicked on an Offline TV video and you're in it and I recognize you. Or like, I used to just game a lot in high school with like random people. Like we'd hop on Xbox Live.
Yeah, that was
and they'll like just scroll gaming or like Twitch in general and they'll see me. Like I had a guy who I used to play Xbox with every day and he came in and he was like, what the hell? Like, Jodi, it's so good to see you. Like remember our Xbox days?
Funny.
I was like, whoa, yeah. But I guess I don't, my internet persona feels really similar to just me. So it's like, I don't feel bad about like, if I was to go on there and say cunt, which I do, that's fine. That's me. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Maybe it was like the Mormon in me. Cause like I was raised Mormon and I just like hate the idea of like people seeing me being funny and saying crazy crude things. And like, especially like, what if there are people that used to go to church with me?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that I don't have that kind of background. Like, I think it would really,
you're like, I can just be me.
Yeah. I think it would drastically be different if it was like a bunch of my old like high school friends were like churchgoers and I know that they were like, you know.
I'm similar to Jodi, but like I went to like a bunch of like Catholic schools growing up. I'm not Catholic though. And when I was like found, it was from like middle school and high school friends. These are separate occasions, but like for me, I appeared on like Reddit like homepage or something.
What?
For I forget why. It was something to do with Offline TV. But there were a couple different times that this happened. One was I was on like a praise the cameraman thing because I like filmed either Michael or Pokey like throwing something and I like captured it perfectly and whipped back to them.
That's so funny.
And so a friend was like, is this you? Like you filmed that? What? And then another time was some other like peak COVID, there was like this big thing of everyone in offline being like, fuck you, Brodin, whenever like the twist was revealed in a video.
Oh, I see.
And I think a compilation of that was made and then someone saw that and was like, why are people saying this about you? Like what? And I was like, don't worry, it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah.
I don't know Brodin Lore.
No.
I know Jodi Lore. Jodi was
somewhere.
like, I'm a streamer and then I'm a cute streamer. And
That's it. That's all I am.
I'm famous. and then Offline TV was like, yeah, we want that girl. And then you and John fell in love and then it was crazy. And then
you're a little,
and now you're back together.
The timeline's a little fucked up, but like something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know where did you come from?
An egg.
Cotton Eye Joe?
I don't know. I think you popped out of somewhere.
I hatched pretty low in the ground. Climbed my way out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've lived a couple lives. That's all I can say.
No, he's such an enigma. Dude, we're on a cruise, okay? And I'm like, show me a picture of your parents. He's like, oh, I can't. I'm like, what do you mean? Show me a picture of your parents. He's like, oh, I can't.
No service. Sorry.
I'm like, dude, what are you, a freak? Like, what do you? I don't think. What? I just think he's a little alien who infiltrated.
Really?
She's met my sisters now. She knows him.
He has sisters.
I love his sisters so much.
How many?
2.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, I would hang out with your sisters, but like I had to hang out with you now.
You had the opportunity to, and you rejected them.
Oh my!
Typical
goodness.
Jodi.
She was supposed to go
like
to Sweden
this.
with me this year, and she was like,
"Oh, really? Why didn't you go?
Because I just got home from Shanghai.
Right.
So, well, I couldn't just.
Yeah. So did I.
You are a different breed. You just got home from Mexico, and the next day you came and you home and you did an OTV meeting. I was like, I couldn't do this. I'm not like you. You're
All
freak.
up after the hatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're different. You're a different breed.
Who was the first person you met in Offline TV?
I think it was Pokey.
I think there was a spider on me.
Hey, I would wish to say that wasn't normal, but with the new house, I've seen a lot of.
There was a skewy. Oh, it's a friend. It's a friend. It's a friend.
Is it big?
But it's a friend because Maya said I can't kill them. So he's going to live in here now.
Maybe we
I
can
didn't kill
shake
him.
the blanket outside. I definitely killed a spider
a
earlier.
friend.
Sorry, Maya.
I just have to hide my bone.
Every time I kill a spider, though, I think of that poem that's like, oh, like my only sin was being small.
Yeah, it's sad.
But then also I'm like, well, no, you're scary looking.
I tried to hawk to him, but he's.
No way, you just
Tried to
said
what?
hawk to him.
I got hawk to
Isn't
him.
that blowjobbing someone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
Which I
understand.
recently
To
learned
it.
about that on Strat, and I didn't really
He
get
was
it.
like on me. What a cool friend
hey,
that was.
do you want another blanket?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's one behind you. I'll take
She was
that.
so quick to say no, but then
I know. Well, I don't like inconveniencing people. It's
I
kind
know.
of my thing. What?
Okay, nothing.
Why
No,
are you
I was just
breathing
gonna go
out
out of
like
my
that?
way, and like it wasn't gonna be an inconvenience.
Well, now it's so convenient, and my coochie won't fall out. So I'm wearing a dress. If you didn't notice,
I did notice.
I dressed up for this and this. Only that you couldn't see my coochie for the record. If you were like trying to zoom in, I am wearing shorts underneath, but this one because there's holes in it. I didn't want them to. Audio listeners, my coochie's out. Come see it,
Dude, I think streaming has ruined us.
Why?
Well, like that's happened to me where I'm like wearing something, but then it gets captured. Like, oh my God, I see Jodi's underwear. I'm like, well, they're shorts, but
Oh.
okay.
My favorite is when you're wearing pasties and they see the pasty and they're like, her nipple. And I'm like,
It's a pasty.
if that's what you think a nipple is
a
like,
beautiful little flower.
yeah, I'm like, go ahead. Sure. Yeah, I just have nipples the size of a saucer. That's fine. I feel fine about it. So who was the first person you met?
I think it was Pokey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
I appeared at an offline TV party
What?
at their first house, and I didn't know any streamers. So
Huh?
I was
Who
just
was
kind of
your-
like meeting people.
How did you become the plus
How
one?
did you get in?
This is when I worked in esports.
We're talking to security.
So who was your invite?
It was either Mark Zimmerman or Travis Gafford.
You worked in esports?
Yeah.
Where?
I worked at Yahoo Esports as an
Wow.
editor and shooter. Yep. My first job was with Team Dragon Knights, a Korean team that
Okay.
lasted one split. Didn't pay me.
Cheers.
Yep.
Those are my favorite.
Did some stuff for Team Liquid, a couple things for FlyQuest, Golden Guardians. Yeah.
Been
Bunch
around the
of stuff.
block.
Yeah.
So you got invited to the party.
Well,
Yes, I was like +1 to at the
Right.
party. Back then there was no party full, so you kind of just show up and say, "He's my +1."
Yeah.
I miss those days.
I don't. No.
You like the list.
I love lists.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get really stressed. And I'm going to out them. You guys throw the most stressful parties for me as a human I've ever seen. It's just like, I'll get the party full and it's like 300 plus people. I'm like, what the heck? You don't know that many people.
But that's kind of the whole point is that we want to meet people.
You hate it. Yuck. I hate it.
We like meeting new people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to a house party and I want to talk to someone I've never talked to.
Really?
And that's what I hated about streamer parties that kept happening was I was like, bro, I'm seeing the same 20 people rinse and repeat over and over and over again.
Yeah, except for when it's people you don't know, then all of a sudden you get a clip that's like, I met QTCinderella at this party. She has the biggest resting bitch face I've ever seen. And I'm like, I don't even talk to you. I don't know. I'm so shy.
And then that person
This
gets
is personal.
blacklisted and they never
like,
show up
damn, is this
again.
But I don't know their name. I guess I could have gotten it from their channel. I didn't think of that. Well, I would never imagine, hey, will you make sure this person doesn't come to your party again? That's not a sentence that would ever come out of my mouth.
Wait, I can't. Was this real? Did this happen
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you.
Yes.
At one of our parties?
Yeah.
Somebody made a clip and they said, Cutie has a resting bitch face.
I think it was, if I remember, I think it was Maya. I think
Maya
it was
said that about
no,
you?
No. Someone said it about Maya. And then it was like, what was it? It was so long ago, but it was one of your parties, but I don't remember.
I'm about to throw hands.
I don't remember, but there's going to be someone in the comments that rememers when this all went down. They're going to be like, yeah, it was so-and-so, remember? And maybe not. I don't know.
Huh.
Dude,
Hey, at least
if
like,
any of my viewers are watching this, they should. If you guys like it.
I feel like streamer party like etiquette is you go and party and that's it.
But
you
you're
just
putting
don't-
too much trust in the world.
I am.
The
But it's
pictures
more just
like came out of your guys' TwitchCon party last year. Oh, that's one. So that one, you had a separate area for streamers.
Yep.
And then general public, which
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I don't really blame you guys for because I know it was a collab and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And I have a hard time blaming you for anything anyway.
Cheers.
But that one, I leave. It's too loud.
I think you just don't like party.
I don't.
The last time I saw you at a party, you hid in my room for
I
like
did with your cat.
yeah.
Did I ever tell you the embarrassing thing about that when I tried to go back?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was a lot.
I tried to go.
You're like, oh my god, yeah, we can go hang out here because I did tell you to go back.
Yeah. Jodi was like, you can go back in my room whenever you get overstimulated. I have cats. And I'm like, okay. And so I bring a friend. It was actually Nick's girlfriend. She wanted to meet the cats. And I was like, oh, great. We can come here. And I act like I'm a VIP, right?
Mhm.
I go up to Jodi's room. The door is locked. I was like, this always happens. I was like, it's just the keys up here. I like look up top. No, I like look around. I'm like, I don't know. I had to leave after
try
that.
to show her where the key is.
Yeah,
She
it is
forgot.
funny that it does always lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you had a section of the party for like streamers, and then another section for like the fans
The
or
rest.
attendees.
The rest, yeah.
The rest.
The rest is a
others.
crazy
Yeah, that
thing
sounds
to
nasty.
say.
Well, because there's
The
also
rest.
like I want to say there was
There's like
normal-
industry people and like
Yeah.
normies and fans and guests
I
and
think was it open to the public?
like at
it
a
was
certain
open
point
to the
they
public,
they
yeah.
opened it to the public.
Mm.
Yeah.
and so I leave because it's loud, and then I'm in my hotel room, and I start getting all these DMs. It was like 10. It wasn't that many, but there are pictures of Ludwig paying the bottle girl because he ordered a bottle girl to make fun of Lily, and it like came out with like
Yes.
Lily's a bitch or something like that, or like they wouldn't say that, so they put something else. But and so of course a bottle girl's job is to flirt and get a tip. I know that. I respect her hustle. But I get all of these pictures of this bottle girl like on him while he's paying, and like just people trying, like people that I know are down there that they're like, cutie, I know you're not here, but
Oh
your
my.
man's is. And I was like, anyway, your party stressed me out.
I'm sorry for
Respectfully.
that. Also, mind your own fucking business. Like, why?
Yeah, people are the problem. But for the record, it didn't bother me. It was just more of an annoying. I wasn't
it's
like
just
texting
annoying.
Ludwig like, get the
Yeah.
bottle
Yeah,
lady
hey.
who's doing her job off of you.
Yeah, like,
I was
I
just
don't
like,
know.
I'm trying to sleep.
I
Yeah. Are you
Well-
having a party at TwitchCon this year?
don't know if I'm going. Are we?
Don't think so.
I don't.
I won't be there because I'm at a wedding.
I won't be there because I might be in Korea. Well, I actually am gonna.
I love going to Korea.
No, I need to go to Korea to go fix my skin. I just don't
Oh,
know when I'm going.
right.
No.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
to circle back, we like those parties because full circle, that's how I met people at Offline.
Right.
I showed up there. They didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were.
Right.
And I was just meeting people. And I went up to this girl and was like, hi, what's your name? And she goes, oh, I'm Aman. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Brodin. What do you do? And she kind of like paused and was like,
Like you're in my house.
yeah,
Yeah.
in my house and you don't, I stream. Yeah, I stream. And I just kind of picked her brain about that because it was the first time I had met a streamer.
Uh-huh.
And then I think I met like Scara and maybe Lily at that
Uh-huh.
same party. And then yeah, the rest is history.
And you just slowly started doing stuff for them, and then
Well, I met them there, and then while I was working in esports, occasionally they would be at events, and I'd be like,
right.
"Oh," because
Yeah.
we're similar ages, and so typically at those industry things, it'd be like really tenured like old professionals from like traditional sports who
Mhm.
come in, and then like all the young people from esports, and
But
so we
they're
would
like, where are we?
gravitate together. Yeah,
That's so funny. I had no clue. I didn't know you used to work at Yahoo Esports.
yeah, for
That's
1 year,
crazy.
right out of college.
That's so funny. Huh. Well, what do you put in your lunch boxes when you were a kid?
So my mom, for one, she did always pack me lunch.
Okay, everyone's bragging.
But but for half of that time, she ran a cafe, and so
Oh wow.
I would get kind of like gourmet lunches.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
they were
awesome.
full. Yeah, my like high school lunches were, it was a turkey sandwich on like a Dutch crunch roll with Swiss cheese, lettuce, onion, and then like a mustard Dijon.
Jeez Louise, you're bougie.
Yeah,
That's so lucky.
kind of fancy.
Yeah, that is fancy. Do you ever miss school lunch?
Did anyone ever used to have pizza sticks?
Yep, I remember pizza sticks.
Yeah, I fucking loved pizza sticks.
You can make them.
No.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's not the same. They need to be
You're
like
right.
bad for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones that
They've
come
got to
in the
be
foil
sitting
and
out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get 2 of those on a really like good day.
Really?
Yeah, with a cookie, a
Wow.
little sprinkle cookie.
We didn't have cookies.
Yeah, I had cookies that were like literally this big, like the size of my
What?
fist. Yeah, I don't know why they're feeding kids that.
Did you guys have any like special days for lunches or like food items? Like for me in high school, we had a thing called Cookie Tuesdays, where
That's hype.
literally like on Tuesdays, people are running from class at recess, like the 15-minute break, to
Uh-huh.
get in line for the cookies. Because if you are not getting there, as soon as that bell rings, you're not getting cookies.
I'd be so embarrassed to
Wow.
do that in high school. I'm not running
Yeah.
anywhere.
Me too.
I'm not getting a cookie.
I'm like, you know what? I don't eat cookies.
yeah, I don't eat cookies. I don't run the mile.
People
That was
would
me.
literally get like 3 to 4 plates and then resell the cookies.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Were the cookies free?
No.
Oh,
Why
genius.
don't they just make more cookies? Why are they trying to have like a?
No, it wasn't that they were out of cookies. It was that the time to get them, because you're waiting in line, the bell
Oh.
Whoa.
Genius.
would ring. Popular cookies. Yeah.
Whoa.
Where did you grow up?
Bay Area, San Mateo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Squeaks went to college in the Bay Area.
You have
Really?
so much in common.
Yeah.
You and Squeaks.
You would
We
be
should
friends.
catch up. Yeah.
You should talk. You should talk about hills and stuff
Yeah.
in the cold.
There's oddly a lot of people from the Bay Area in LA.
Name 10.
I don't want to dox people, but
So and so into this high school and this and this and this.
yeah. You still want me to name 10 or?
No, you don't have to name 10. I'll take it. I take it back. I
Yeah.
take it back.
How do you meet people if you don't go to parties?
I don't.
So then,
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like ever since moving to LA, I've been burned too many times by like getting really close to people and then realizing they have like ulterior motives or they're just kind of shitty people or whatever. So now just like my little achy breaky heart is broken. So I just keep to myself. Take phone calls with Maya. That's it.
you do have some tragic.
Yeah, you've heard some of my stories. They're
Stories.
pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think it's the double-edged sword of dating one of the largest male streamers. Is a lot of people want stuff out of him and you don't realize that you are a portal to some people. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh, I thought you wanted to be my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it happens. And then I also think I've wanted to join more like clubs and meet normies, and the only times I've kind of gotten close to trying that, I've had nothing to talk to them about. Because I can't LARP I could LARP as a normie. I could, because I have my store and I used to work at a bakery
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like, you know, it's like, again, it's Hannah Montana. It's like, do I lie? I'm just like, I don't know. Cause LA is a weird thing where like, and this is such an LA thing. This is not at all how my life used to be, but like, even people see you've got X amount of followers and all of a sudden they're more interested in you. And it's like, I don't want you to be interested in me for literally anything besides who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard to find people like that here. And again, I think more of it is my personal brain thing is just shut off any chance of it. Cause I'm just like tired.
I totally, no, I get it.
I do try to get to know people before like the exchanging of the Instagrams.
Yeah.
Because it feels like now, like the way to stay in touch with someone is like give them your Instagram. Like
Yeah.
that's your exchanging of contacts. People like reserve the phone number for like really close friends. And so there are times where like you'll meet someone and then like early on you'll do that exchange and then they do shift the way they interact with you. So I like to like get to know them before they have any other like preconceived notion. And then you can do the exchange. And it's like, oh, why do you have followers? That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Well, it's also like Brodin's going to literally every single event, meeting every single person. I've never met someone who goes to more weddings than Brodin. Like, he's just a social
Yeah,
butterfly.
I think
he's not like
you
us.
remind me of Aiden. You remind me of
Aiden invited me to go to Sweden with him next time he goes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
You're
I
just
think-
like a perfect little human, and everyone only has good stories about Brodin. I don't know one bad story. I would tell you. I would keep you humble if I needed to, but I don't know one bad Brodin story.
Like, it's a little different.
Yeah.
I went to a party and I had the sole like purpose of making friends. Like I was like, all right, peace, guys, because I went with these guys and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take shots with random people. I'll bye. And I actually made a really good friend from that.
Right.
But I found if you find one good normie, then they introduce you to all their other friends. And that's the trick.
How do I find a good normie?
You go to a party and take shots with random people.
Ugh, I'm too old, I think. I remember a fun kind of streamer thing where it's like, streamer party, big streamer party, you don't know who's who. I was brave. This was probably within the last 2 years or something. But I was brave and I was talking to more people or whatever. And this girl's like so nice to me. I'm like, great. I didn't think she knew who I was. I was like, she's great. We're best friends now. I go home and she like shows up in my chat one day. And I'm like, oh, new friend. Apparently you're on Twitch. I didn't know that. She like is like she comes in to chat and she's like, hey, we met at so-and-so's. And I was like, I had no clue you were a streamer. Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward like 3 months and I find out that she's like, I don't know how to describe it. Essentially a homewrecker in a relationship of another friend of mine. And she was like they're married and she's like the third party and she knows I'm friends with like the married people. And like, she's like trying to be friends with me to like get on her side to like get the in with the guy. It was like this crazy thing. And that's the like one of the only times I've ever like met a normie and they weren't even a normie.
I think you can't meet. That's why.
But I don't know that they don't know me, right? Like I think that because I never told her my Twitch name and all of a sudden she's in my Twitch chat.
Yeah. I do think it's hard.
It's crazy.
I think it's like,
what are you supposed to do?
Well, I think you can't go to streamer parties expecting to like really put your guard down.
Well, then how do you guys
Well, I went to a random party that celebrated soju or something.
But you said that your streamer parties are fun because you meet different people.
I meet new people, but I don't really like become really good friends with them. But I love to converse with the new people.
It's hard.
No, it is hard. I think like when you're an adult, making new friends is like, it almost feels like a job in the sense of like it has to, you have to like really actively prioritize it. Like I think that the friendships that I have now that I'm really close with these people is a lot of it's proximity. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, Brodin, you want to go on a walk? You want to like Sydney, you want to go thrift shopping today? It's a lot easy. Whereas like all my friends from back home or like even the individual I met at this party, like I have to literally like as soon as they pop up in my mind, I have to text them. I'm like, oh hey, thinking about you. What's up? Because like that's just like adult
nice
friendships.
Yeah. I don't do that. I need to do that.
Like I try to be intentional.
The last time I got like kind of burned, my biggest flaw was like I stopped even reaching out to like the friends I did have. I was just like so drained.
Yeah,
just hurt. Like I was just like, I'm not talking to anyone. I haven't I haven't hung out with anyone since like my like Super Bowl party. I think I had a birthday dinner in June and that was it. And besides that, I had a Super Bowl party and I'm like, I just like am not interested. It's weird. My brain just turns off sometimes. And I'm like,
I
okay.
think if I had gone through things that I would feel similarly. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna
stay in my lane.
For a little
I'm just gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna But yeah, I get it.
You want to go thrifting? You want to go thrifting soon?
Yeah.
I'm going furniture shopping on Sunday. You can join me in Sydney if you like. Oh, you're busy.
I am. I finished my stream. I'm very like my stream schedule. I post my schedule every week and that's the thing. And I can't change it because once I change it, it's slippery slope. But I'm busy at 3:00. So as long as it's not at 3:00.
Do you want to be before or after 3:00?
I don't know because before it could be too early. After everything's going to be closed. We'll talk about it. See, I'm like exhausted. It's so weird. It's like I can work and then that's it.
But we can also do really simple stuff. It's like, you want to just grab coffee for an hour?
That could be
okay,
fun.
bye. Yeah.
I could do that.
Really simple thing.
We
could go on a walk. We could do really casual stuff. Yeah. It's exhilarating stuff.
I'm down. I'm doing the 10,000 steps a day thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that, but it's like way harder than you think. Like I actually think it's way easier to get 10,000 steps if you have a treadmill. Whereas like outside, I'm like I'm really going far.
And it's hot.
Yeah, it's like 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
Guys, it felt like I was in Palm Springs because I went thrifting today and I walked outside. I was like, holy shit, if this antique store doesn't have AC, I will have to go home. It's so hot.
Did it have AC?
It had AC. It was a pretty lit antique store. I got a lot of good stuff, yeah.
I don't go for 10,000 steps.
You don't need to.
Yeah, look at you.
I just exist.
You just
You're
eat
what Chapel
mac and
Roan calls a
cheese
twink.
You're what Chapel Roan calls a twink, you said? Oh, okay. Not anyone else though, just Chapel.
My first followers that came from the league space also called me that.
That's funny.
Like,
League of Legends, Chapel Roan?
Yeah.
Firm handshakes.
Calling Brodin a twink. Perfect.
If I had your metabolism, I wouldn't walk at all, period.
Yeah. you also would only shit once a week.
You are an anomaly. You are an alien. You are an enigma.
There are others like me though.
They have a convention once a year, and the ceilings are high,
We
and
bond
they
about
never
it.
have to duck. There's only
That would
mac
be
and
so
cheese.
nice. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten that checked out?
My height?
No.
Your pooping problem.
There's nothing to check out. There's no problem.
You say that?
You should just take more fiber to be safe.
No, it's actually like if I do things to try to change my diet to be more like normal like you guys, the poop gets weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would hate if my poop was weird.
Yeah. Like what I am doing is the normal. It is the way.
I believe him. I'm
Yeah.
not going to pressure you otherwise.
I don't believe him.
I could go into detail, but you know, we're on a podcast and
Yeah, people, we're not, hey,
yeah.
as
You know
much
what?
as Offline TV loves scat play, which is a rumor I have spread, we don't need to talk about it here.
Well,
We
you
will
want to
save it
join
for
OTV
Patreon.
and you're invited. So
Well,
does that
that's-
mean that you,
yeah.
is that why? Because
Yeah.
you also like,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Hmm?
I've never heard of that. I've
Scat play?
Yeah. I also just learned what snuff.
Yeah, like snuff films.
Yeah. Those are two things I've recently learned the names of.
I
Oh.
figured you would have known what that is.
No. No.
Yeah, because you know Shmut. It's like smut.
Yeah.
Shmut. It's like the New York way. It's like schmear. You want some schmear with your schmut?
I feel like smut is very far from snuff and
I think they're
scat.
like friends.
It's kind of
I think
I
you
don't
could,
think they're
you could have you could have a
friends.
smut book that turns into a snuff film where
Yes.
there's scat play and
and
scatting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Work
know.
on that, Brodin. He'll get there. He'll get there.
They feel different to me by far, but that's probably because occasionally I do read smut, but I do not look at stuff.
I need your opinion on Court of Thorns and Roses.
Have you read it?
I am on book 2.
Oh, I think book 2 is the best book, and
That's
then
what
it falls
everyone
off.
says.
Yeah.
I was walking with my book. I didn't realize it was so smutty.
Wait, it's okay.
The book, but I'm like walking, it's in my arm, go to a coffee shop, like, you know, getting my 10K. I'm sitting at the coffee shop waiting for my coffee. This woman comes over and I'm shy. People don't realize, but like, I like shut down. People go up to Ludwig for photos and I'll be like, I'll take it. And they'll be like, no, you too. And I'm like, no, I just get nervous. I don't know. I don't think they want me. Anyway, it's the whole thing. So when people address me in public, I'm like, cannot be me. Like, surely. So I'm sitting there and this woman comes over and she's like, oh, love that book. And I'm the only one holding a book. I was like, oh, thanks. And she goes, seriously? And she touches me and I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm so excited for you. And I was like,
Okay, that's kind of
what
crazy,
could it
to
possibly
be
mean?
honest.
I know. I was like, this is aggressive. I don't know what it means. And then I'm like, okay. And then I am sitting in the coffee shop reading and I get to the part that's like very smutty. And I'm like, ew, is that what she was excited for? Like, am I still, like, is this supposed to be like a bond?
I would not be reading that in public.
I didn't
Or
realize.
I would if it was like in a book sleeve.
It wasn't.
That
I
one,
didn't know.
What's crazy is I just went to a coffee shop with Sydney and Scarlett literally like 2 days ago, and a guy there was in line reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I said, damn, you reading Fairy Smut out in the open just like that out there? Like, the book is bright red.
yeah.
Damn.
What's funny to me is
Romantic.
when the first time I went to Japan, I was in like 6th grade, so I was like 12, 13, 12. And a core memory of mine is like being on the train and noticing that a man is reading a manga, a graphic novel. And I'm like, oh, I read that. And I kind of peer over to see what he's reading. He was reading something different.
Different.
He had some hentai in his hands.
Whoa. Was that your first time you ever saw anything like that too?
No, I mean to that graphic.
Yeah.
Because like some of the stuff back in like early 2000s, it was not as kid friendly. Like even the stuff that was like meant for kids. So some of that stuff I was exposed to, but like that was like, whoa. And then a few more times throughout the trip, just people on the trains reading hentai.
Wow.
Yeah, very normal there, I guess.
It's crazy to me. I mean, I'd be reading some raunchy stuff, but it's always on my Kindle. Like, when I'm on a flight, you know, no one has to know. I always think about that. You know, see those photos of people who like they're old, so their text is really large, and you are just seeing what. Like, I'm always really scared it's gonna be me on the plane, so I'm like hiding my book.
There was one time on a plane where I was like texting someone, and I noticed the person next to me was like kind of watching, and so I like turned my head, and they went, "Sorry, you just text so fast." I was like, "Oh yeah," and they're like, "Really impressive." I'm like, "Thank you."
That's so me, but I would be like, I'm sorry, but that is some hot tea you got. Like, she did what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Did you finish book 2?
no, I'm halfway through.
What do you think of it?
I think they're incredibly easy reads.
Mhm.
I think they're incredibly predictable,
Mhm.
which makes me a little sad because I think it could be cool. I want them to be movies because they're so easy to read that I'm interested in that. But I guess I mean, I haven't finished book 2.
They're definitely low fantasy. Like they're just like cool world building
Yeah.
and like whatever. My biggest complaint about that author is she doesn't kill anyone ever.
Yeah.
So they're like what I imagine people watch like Gilmore Girls. Like they're
Yeah,
just like
that's how I
comfort.
feel.
Yeah, they're just like comfort.
It feels really
reads.
easy. It feels very like, and like even the heartbreaks, they're kind of like, she writes them very mild.
Mm.
Like, and then you just don't cry about them. You're like, okay.
I'm also just
I
like
feel like I would be really upset about this, but
yeah,
we're fine.
I feel you.
We're
It's also
working.
like, oh, you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine in the end kind of feeling.
Yeah, it'll all work out. But they're fine books. I think I'll be interested. You finished all 5?
No,
Oh, you stopped.
I stopped.
See, this is my problem. I am such a committer.
Mm.
I start the worst season of TV. I'll finish the whole thing just because I started it. So I'm like, I got to see it through. So I know I'm going to read all 5 books.
She hadn't, the series wasn't finished when I picked it up.
Oh, really?
So I read it like 2-3 years ago, I think maybe. So yeah, if it was completed and it was good, then I probably would have stuck through.
Well, I think she's working on a 6th book. So I think it's one of those things she's just going to milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need book recs.
I will. I'm reading quite a few books right now.
Ooh.
Are you a reader?
No, she's tried to get me to
Really?
read.
I tried to get all the boys. All my mods loved it. Okay. So
What book?
is it called The Shadow and the Ember?
Don't know.
It's by Jennifer Lilliman. I don't know her last name.
Okay. She's offended.
She's not a great author, if I'm to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Like I've read her other stuff and I'm like, this is bad. Like I'm pretty sure she wrote From Blood and Ash.
Uh-huh.
It got real bad real fast. But
Really?
this one book, I was like, is this the same girl? This is pretty good.
Yeah. She went
Smut's
to a
good.
class.
It's
Yeah.
about like the magic system school and the story school, the
Okay.
mystery school. But yeah, I think book 4 just came out. I need to catch up on it.
You'll see if it's any good.
I would say like
But you tried to start the
yeah.
boys on it?
I tried to get, yeah.
My weakness is I'm a slow reader. And so it
Mm.
just ends up taking too long and then I get disinterested or I start imagining and my mind wanders. Yeah.
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 Mm.
That makes sense. I mostly read like biographies. That's my big thing. But whenever something's really, really popular, I make sure to read it so I can just like, I don't know. I think mostly other people are more fascinating than most things in life. So if everybody is saying this book is good, I mostly read it because I'm like, why?
Mm.
Why is everyone saying
So
that?
why do you think people think A Court of Thorns and Roses is good?
I think because it's easy.
I think
It's so consumable.
I think it's what everybody wants. It's literally
Yeah.
magic, smut, and it's so easy to read.
Yeah.
It's also just like fun. Like I think the courts are really fun.
It's very like, yeah,
it's aesthetic in my
people
mind.
love themes.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think it's very like, it's Beauty and the Beast.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, like it's fine. It's fine. It's Beauty and the Beast. The first book at least.
The first book.
So it's one of those things that's just, I get it.
How do you draw up Beauty and the Beast for 6 books?
There's a whole war in the courts and blah 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 blah.
It's a lot of beasts and beauties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like the Alice in Wonderland like sequel, the movie, like the live action ones.
Right. Uh-huh.
Where it was like a contained story and then suddenly there's this whole war going on. Is this similar?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole war going on. I will say the like supporting characters are pretty cool. And like the monsters
Like
that
Mad
she
Hatter.
introduces
Yeah, the
are
Shark
really
Cat.
cool.
Yeah. She does cool monsters
Yeah.
and stuff.
But
The Jabberwocky.
So you read a book. So he's read Lewis Carroll.
No, I watched the movie.
He's into never mind. Never mind.
And I know the dance crew, so
Oh, they still have their residency in Vegas?
I think so. Yeah, Luxor.
Mm.
We got to bring the Jabbawockeez back.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
I will say I was a little demystified when I realized they could swap their members out because they're all wearing masks.
Yeah, they're wearing. Wait until you hear about the Blue Man Group. Yeah.
Actually, I saw a video like the other day and realized that too. I'm like, wait, they've got them all over the country.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
That one's kind of interesting though because the Blue Man Group like have this whole mantra where like they don't speak but they do interact.
I don't know.
I've never
who these
been.
are.
Neither have I. I just
Oh.
watched a video.
Oh, my only knowledge of the Blue Man Group is really from Miss Congeniality, in the scene where they all sneak out and go to the club, and there's like the Blue Man Group are like performing, and there's paint on the drums, and they're splattering everywhere, and then they all sneak pizzas, and they weren't supposed to eat them.
So I've never seen that movie.
You would love it.
I know. It's on my to watch list.
Have you seen Pretty Woman?
No.
Oh my God, Jodi.
You want to watch movies?
These are ones specifically that I think you would love.
I got a lot of movies. So that's something I don't consume media. So I don't have like a lot of movies under my belt.
That's the trade-off.
And TV
she
shows.
reads, I watch movies.
Yeah.
But then I watch all his movies and he doesn't read any of my books.
You don't watch it. There's so many movies you still have to watch.
But like I always watch with you. You don't read any of my books.
Oh, this is...
I try.
No.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're not trying that hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you could listen to the audiobook.
That's what I'm saying.
See, if I wanted to crash my car, I could do that. Audiobooks
What?
put me to sleep.
Drama. That was the most... Oh, so Jodi, you want me to kill myself? You want me to kill myself?
You're such a man.
You want me to kill myself? What's your...
Say the word. I'll drive off the cliff right now.
What's your favorite movie?
That's too hard of a question.
Okay.
He says next question, please.
What is like if we could watch a movie right now, what would you choose?
The one that I'm most interested in watching right now is Perfect Days.
What's that?
It's a Japanese film directed by Wim Wenders about a man who is a janitor and just lives life. His favorite thing to do every day is look at the shadow of leaves getting hit by the sun.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. It's meant to contrast America's whole obsession with like ambition. Like you got the bear who's like trying to be the best chef in the world.
Yeah.
Best. You have all these stories, and then this one is like the opposite. The guy who's super content just being a janitor.
Oh, it reminds me of a play. It's one of my favorite plays that I go back and read often. Oh my gosh, I'm looking for my phone because it's going to drive me insane. I can't think of the name. It's a 3-part play. The main guy's name is Henry. It's called... No one knows it. It's so old. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the name because it's gonna drive me crazy.
Is it like Shakespearean or?
Nope. It's a very simple one. Let's see.
Hey, can you show me the back of your phone case while you're doing that?
Yeah, it's kind of dirty right now.
Really cute. I like the Kirby.
Our Town. I found it.
Our Town?
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the best. It's one of the best. So you'll read it, and the first act is incredibly boring. Incredibly. Like you're like, what is going on here? I'm gonna spoil. So if you plan, let me just check what year this came out before. Our Town. It's a play by Thornton Wilder in 1838.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So
like you're gonna spoil for us.
I'm gonna spoil
when you
it.
said we should watch it.
No, you shouldn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
You should read it, I think.
Okay.
I've never watched it. Well, I've watched the play, yeah.
Does it read like a book or a play?
It reads like a play.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I read those faster than books. So I can do
really?
that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you'd make it through it. Because like I said, the first act is so slow. Like it talks about like going to school and like putting a bow in your hair and like holy moly, it's like Jesus Christ. The second act, she meets a boy, falls in love, they go to a soda pop shop. They split a malt milkshake, whatever, the 40s literally. And then the last act, she gives birth and dies. She's dead. And she comes back as a ghost, and they say to her like, what day do you want to go back to? What do you want to watch? 'Cause she's like, wait, I miss everyone. What can I do? And they're like, well, you can visit. So she's like, okay. And she picks just like, I think it was like first day of school, and she goes back and she is so overwhelmed by how green the grass is. She can't even make it through the day because the dew on the grass is so beautiful, or like the silk from the ribbon is so, she wished she could touch it. Right. And it's one of those books that every single time, or plays, whichever way you want to consume it, every single time you partake in it, you leave and you like go and you make sure to smell the air and look at the sky and feel the sun on your skin and like whatever, because everything's so temporary that it's like just moments like that really like, it kind of grounds you. It's a good grounding.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of the leaves falling and that guy.
That's what I imagine
slow down.
This film is like.
Yeah.
I prefer to not watch things I've already seen unless I love it. So like anytime it's like movie night and we're like, we don't watch a movie, I will always gravitate to something that I haven't seen.
Have you seen Miss Congeniality?
Yes.
Have you seen Pretty Woman?
Yes.
All right. Well, he's out of movie night.
No.
He's been kicked.
I really want to watch Little
Wedding
Woman,
Planner?
and he's already seen it.
Wedding Planner?
Yeah. With J-Lo, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I don't think I have.
We're back in.
Let's do
'cause
it.
I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Movie
haven't
night.
watched a lot of movies. I have a TV in my room for the first time though, so I'm gonna get on that
You gonna go crazy?
eventually. It does feel like I like came out of a bunker. Like I have so much media to consume.
What kind of movie watcher are you?
I don't want it to be sad. I don't want to think. I do too much of that if I'm going to like sit still for 2 hours, I better like leave happier. I only like funny movies. I don't like intense movies. I don't like thrillers. I don't like scary movies. I don't like most movies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Nick, he also is into filmmaking and all that stuff.
Yes.
And he hates my movie takes and he hates watching movies with me because I I have to leave feeling better or there's no point for me, which a lot of people are like, oh, come on. But it's true. Life is too depressing for me to go watch a movie that's really sad. Like who fucking watches Marley and Me? Why did they make that movie? There was no reason to make it.
That was the first movie I ever cried at.
It's fucked up. There's no reason to make that movie.
They want to make you feel something.
That's not cool. It's not cool.
Simply.
Yeah, it's like it just wasn't cool. Or like I hate this is people really hate when I say this. I hate all the like Interstellar, one of the worst movies in the entire world. Drove me insane.
You had to think or because it had
No, because it was it was like, oh, so complicated. And then he's like, the answer was love. Shut up. Oh my God.
Love, Harry, love.
Yeah.
I will say whenever that is a trope, I cringe a little bit and I just wait till I I just ignore it. I'm like,
I sat there for
anyways.
3 hours to hear the answer was love. How dare you make me try to figure out the Morse code on the books?
But you got to see like big waves, you know?
Big waves.
Cool
Nice.
stuff.
But I don't like dust. There's a lot of dust and it made me feel like itchy watching it. Like I need a shower. I don't like stressful movies. I like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a good movie.
Love that.
I like Pretty Woman. I like Superbad. I like Role Models. I like movies you can laugh at. They don't make movies anymore that are funny.
I was just talking to Brodin about that. Like how there's not really any casual, lighthearted movies anymore because they don't make money.
Actually, one of the best books I've read is Seth Rogen's yearbook. It's his biography. It's very good. It's the only book I've ever laughed out loud to. And he talks about it, I believe, in that book about how, you know, everybody decided to make a bunch of comedy films, and that's where he got the era of like The Hangover and all those movies. I just like, you know, not Seth MacFarlane. Whoa. What's his name?
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen and just all of his friends.
Yeah.
I can't think of
like
any of
Jack
them right
Black,
now. Yeah.
like, which there was like kind of 2 series of there.
Yeah, there was.
I forget they were called. They weren't the Rat Pack, but they also had a name for those
Yeah,
guys.
well, even before then, like before freaking what's his bucket? Oh, Adam Sandler got bad.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was a phase. Jack Black, all like into like Bridesmaids and all that stuff. Like it was all good. And Seth Rogen talks about like the thing about comedy is very dependent on taste. It can't be made for everyone. Marley and Me, anyone could watch that and cry, right? Anyone could watch Marley and Me and cry. Anyone could watch the Titanic and cry. Mm-hmm. Anyone could watch, you know, which this is an argument for everything, obviously. Like, you know, like I said, I don't like Interstellar or like Inception or movies like that. But like, it's just so much harder to make that palatable. And comedy movies just lose money most of the time because it's really hard to get an audience that is going to be, what is that?
That's
dogs.
Crash for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Dogs at the windowsill.
Demons. Oh, I see Sid. You guys kicked her outside?
Yeah.
I like it because she feels like my little hamster that I get to check. And then when she's in her like other left side area, she's like the hamster in the dome. And then when she's out here, she's like, oh my God, they're my little hamster.
Yeah, she has a big glass wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we share a view. So she can look into my bedroom and I can look into hers. And she'll text me. She's like, oh my God, you feel like my sim with your 2 cats.
If that was us, I would flash my boobs at you all the time.
Wait, I actually texted her. I was like, I'm really glad that it's you over there because if it was anybody else, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But like it works because it's me and you just staring into each other's bedroom.
I like that.
It's pretty fun. I actually like it. Like at night, she closes her curtains and then I text her, I'm like, open your curtains, coward. And then she'll open them up.
You're like, I'm bored. Turn on the show. Got a TV that needs to watch Sid. But yeah, so I only like, I that's why I like some of the older stuff. I like the ones my mom used to watch because they're They're just good. They're classics. You can rewatch them.
Yeah. I really like that period of Hollywood, like 2000s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That felt like I don't know, there's people that I've met now that are like, oh, I don't watch anything older than 2000. Like, you're losing out on so many good movies.
I went back recently and because I've never watched like Pretty in Pink or Sweet 16 or no, 16 Candles is what it is. I went back and watched them with Ludwig's sister actually, and they are so offensive.
Yeah.
What is that guy's name that did John
Hughes?
John Hughes did all those movies.
The teen movies, yeah.
Yeah. Holy moly.
I think there's just like, I mean, there's a lot of offensive
It's crazy.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
Times have changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Times have changed. But also, I think that's the other thing about comedy is comedy movies get dated pretty quickly. Because even like, I like Role Models. They say the F slur like 3 or 4 times. And that was like, I think that was 2008 that came out, maybe.
That was like us watching 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. And then some jokes are like, damn, wow.
You're like, you can't say that, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy too that like Channing Tatum's line, like, my name's Jeff, like lived for so long after that. I don't know if you like realize that came from that movie.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My name's Jeff. That line. It's been in memes for like 6 or 7 years. It's gone now because TikTok is so fast that memes change.
TikTok's way too fast.
It's too fast.
Yeah.
Trends are too fast. Everything's too fast.
Now you're starting to sound old.
Everything is too fast.
It
is.
She just got a TV for the first time. She's about to lose her mind.
Gotta keep up.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Watch more movies.
I don't think if anything, I want to keep up. I gotta watch more TikTok.
I don't
Slippery
like
slope.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have it on my phone or Twitter. Actually,
Mm.
I have both off.
It's smart. I'm like done with TikTok. I actually, Sydney and I were talking about this. Like, holy fuck, it is. There's a TikTok where this girl's like, hey, let's unlock a new insecurity. You have cortisol face. You have these dimples on your back. And I'm like, damn, like I really have fallen trapped to this. Like, I think I have cortisol face, or like I'm constantly thinking about my appearance all the time now. And I'm like, I used to be way more confident 2 years ago, even though I was always on camera all the time. But now I'm also sure my skin doesn't help. But like now I'm like, this doesn't everything. I don't know. I think TikTok has given me brain rot.
I'm curious, if you guys don't go on TikTok, where do you get like your pop culture?
Twitter. Twitch also.
I don't. I think my Twitch chat.
Like,
most
how
of
do
the
you keep
time.
up with Taylor?
Oh, she texts me. No, I mean Taylor's just on tour, so it's like it's not very hard to keep up with Taylor. I guess I just know whenever stuff's. I don't know how I know. I just know. I guess I think my Twitch chat tells me just a lot of the time. Yeah, I just like
Has
get
a
it.
feel. You just know.
I'm like, oh, I gotta check her Instagram, and then I check, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
but she's just on tour. She has her own app or an app that I use to watch her.
I have
concert.
a question that I think only you can be the authority to answer.
Okay.
Apparently there's kind of 2 rumors right now involving Taylor. One is that she's been proposed to, and one is that
Yeah.
there's a contract and her whole relationship with Travis is fabricated.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been a fan for 18 years at this point. Like I listened to only the deep cuts. Dark Blue Tennessee. Anyone out there know that? I'd Lie. I Heart ? Like these are on the Taylor album vault tracks that were only on LimeWire, right? Like these are like not I've been a fan for so long, and holy cow, some of y'all are insane, dude. Chill. Why do we fucking care? Like I love this girl, right? Like I love Taylor Swift. I love her music. I love what it does for me. But the way like that some fans, I don't fucking care if she's engaged. Why would I care? Why would I care? Right? Like why would I, even if her relationship was a contract, why would I fucking care? Like I don't know. It's so funny. I got in so much heat a year ago. Actually, it was at TwitchCon at Wine About It Live. Because I had a crazy makeup artist. I'm in Vegas, right? So it's like, when I'm in an Uber in Vegas, I'm like, tell me your stories. I get my makeup done in Vegas. Tell me your stories. It's like a plethora of great information from just like the wildest things. So I'm talking to my makeup artist, and it's not a makeup artist I ever use, and I have to say that because people did try to find her. I've never tagged her in anything. I don't know this woman. I got an app and I downloaded. I said, need makeup lady, and comes to the hotel. She's talking about Halloween. She's like, what are you gonna be for Halloween? And I was like, oh, me and my boyfriend are gonna be Travis and Taylor. And she's like, oh, my friend is Travis's so-and-so's PR manager, and it's all fake. And I was like, that's crazy, right? Like, and she just doubled down, and she's talking about the sky being blue. Like, she's just so goddamn sure. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, and like she said some other stuff. Like, she was a crazy lady, right? Like, she was just crazy. She was talking about, we also never went to the moon, and like, she was cuckoo banana. And but we go on Wine About It Live, and I was like, guess what, guys? I got tea. I prefaced it with it being crazy. I prefaced it with like it not being real. But the Swifties got a hold of that, and so the Swifties that are mad that I'm accusing her of being in a PR relationship, they start threatening to kill me, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm the president of the fan club. Chill, ladies. Like, oh my God, stop it. And then the ones that are trying to prove that she's in a PR relationship, they're like, she's on our team. And I'm like, okay, also chill. My God, dude. None of it matters. Like, none of it matters.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm just like, even if she was, it doesn't matter. It's also like, she's curating.
If she was, she's the best actress in the entire world.
It's like,
which, I'll be honest, I've seen her act. She's not that good. So I don't think she's in a PR relationship. Like, just go watch her in The Giving Tree or whatever. It'd be crazy if she's in a PR relationship.
I just think like these celebrities are curating what they want you to see. Like, you should just be entertained. That's the whole idea. You're just gonna like just watch it, be entertained.
It's also such a funny double-edged sword, because, and I find this with streaming and like being public facing, is so Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift break up, right? So Hassan calls me on stream. I know he's calling me on stream. He's doing, cutie, how are you? I have one choice. I can act how I normally am. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they broke up. I'm gonna get a great album. Sounds great. If she stayed with him, I'd get a great album. No matter what, I'm getting great music, so I don't fucking care. You know, as long as she's a happy Girl Scout, I don't care. But I feel that way about anyone on the planet. Or I need to lean into the trope. I need to farm a clip. And so, of course, he calls me. I go, I don't know. I left the house as soon as possible. I'm at Disneyland. I'm distracting myself. Like, I had to get out of there. Right. Like, you know, and then it's just so funny because as an entertainer, you lean into things a lot, and people like can't seem to understand that. Like, there will be people even on this relationship that'll be like, cutie's such cope, like she's obsessed, and it's like, dude, I don't know how to say it any differently. Because the one thing I've always said about Taylor Swift too, again, my dog is named after this woman, right? Like, I really love her music. If she was at the coffee shop across the street right now, I wouldn't go over there. I don't want to bother her. Why would I do that? Why would I take time out of her day to go say what? Oh, I'm such a good fan. You think she hasn't heard that before? Like, what? Just let her live her life. Like, I don't understand it. I really genuinely don't understand it. Like, and then there are people who are like, no, you would. And I'm like, I just wouldn't.
I'm curious, are there smaller artists that you would be like, oh, they should hear it from me? Like not even like from you, but like I bet it'd make their day better. Because like obviously Taylor, she's hearing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, would a smaller artist that you really like be like, oh yeah, I'll go tell them?
Well, I totally Pichu. She told me to fuck off. So it didn't go well. Yeah. It did not go well. I don't know. I do think it comes on levels, like obviously with like streamers, if you like see us in public, obviously we're gonna take your picture, talk to us. Like we're nobody. Like, right? Like I can go outside whenever I want. Like Taylor can't. So as a fan, why am I taking that away from her? Yeah. Right. Like, and maybe that's crazy, but Chapel Roan said don't take pictures with me, so I'm not gonna bother her. And I also wouldn't bother her either. I cannot think of anyone that I would do that with. No. Yeah. Maybe Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone.
He's like obsessed with me, Orlando Bloom. So I think it's just like,
for him, you would.
Yeah, I would for him, because he like needs to meet me. I just know he's always wanted to. So
yeah, I don't think I'd have the gall to like, I don't know, go up to someone and be like, hey, can I have a photo? But it's when people come up to me and ask, it's fine. I don't care. But I just couldn't do it. I don't know.
I think in LA too, you're always walking around. Like, I've run into so many celebrities. My favorite comedian, one of my favorite comedians, Ben Schwartz, was like,
Love Ben Schwartz.
He's amazing. I didn't know you liked him.
I went to his show and
oh really?
Yeah.
I've gone to every one of his shows in LA for the past like 2 years. That's so funny. We should go. I have tickets to his one in October. Yeah. You can go. I think I usually buy like 6 or something so I can bring people.
I'm super down. Love Ben Schwartz.
You should come. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I like literally walked past him and like I was like, I don't want to bother him. I don't know why. I just don't want to.
I think if I was to bother someone, it would be like Angelina Jolie, and I don't want a photo. Like, I want like, I don't know, fucking kiss on a napkin.
Right.
Like,
No,
you
she would like that.
No, not that.
You're like,
you know
hey,
what
will
I
you
mean?
kiss this
I-
napkin?
You know what I mean? But like, if I had to
Angie,
choose,
kiss.
like, and then I would frame it. Like, I would
Mhm.
want something that I could put in my room that's like, oh, cool, it's a memory. But I don't want a photo. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I would want like something I can put on my shelf,
Yeah.
Right.
but not like a. I don't know. I wouldn't want a photo. I don't want to like. I don't know.
You'd like steal her fork.
No.
What about you? Would you? Is there anyone? I also think, for the record, I think this comes with age too. I think the older you get, the more you care about other people's time, I guess, and the less you
Yeah.
care about like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with your music. I need to meet you. Right? Like,
Growing up, I guess I'm just like very observant because I would constantly recognize people. Like it was a joke that every year, or we didn't go every year, but like my family would go to Disneyland sometimes over the summer. And it became a joke that every time we were there, I would recognize like a celebrity. And so
it helps that you're like tall too, so you can like
Yeah, that might
scan
be
the
it, yeah.
scan the room.
But I will generally recognize people. But rather than ask for photos, like when I was a kid, I would go and ask for the photo.
Yeah.
But now, like if I have the opportunity, I'll just say like, "Hey, love your work," or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Something that's just like nice, easy. They can take that and be like, "Oh, cool, that feels good."
yeah,
But not like a, "Hey, let everyone know you're famous.
yeah.
Can we take a photo?"
Yeah.
I just saw the biggest spider
Where?
crawl behind the TV.
Goodbye,
It was
soldier.
so large. It's so
Yeah,
dark.
there's a lot of spiders in this house, huh?
Yeah, you know, we just moved in.
Let's nickname this house the Web.
No.
Ooh.
I actually have been seeing a bunch of bugs crawl over there by the light because it's really the only light source. But
Yeah.
that spider was
Well, that
fucking
spider needs to
massive.
go eat them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get back over there, spider. Do your job.
You good? It's over there. You're good.
I know it's there, man. I know it's there. That was a large spider. That was like the
How
size of a
big do you
quarter.
think? Really? That's not.
You talking body or with
That's
the
not
legs?
that big.
I'm talking like with the legs, it was a quarter.
That
It was
feels
a
like-
fat black body.
That one's gonna squish if you squish it.
Ew, I hate when they do
Ugh.
that.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
allowed to kill spiders anymore.
Yeah, Maya said they're friends.
When I was in college, my roommates and I had a spider. There was like a little nook right by the front door that we'd like leave mail there.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point we had a huge spider, and we were like, you know what? Let's just leave it. He's helping us out.
Okay.
And we would check in sometimes, and he would catch stuff and just
Yeah.
sometimes we'd watch him just doing his
He's
thing,
a hero.
rolling him up, eating them. Very successful spider.
What happened to him?
He lived there the whole time, and we moved out.
Where do you think he is now?
I feel like the new tenants probably killed him.
Really?
Because he's
right
That's
by the
messed up. You
entrance.
didn't take him with you. Actually, now that
No,
I'm
he
thinking
just
about
That
moved
is
to
on
LA
us.
to become a star. What do you mean?
it. You should have put him in a little
On the bigger
terrarium.
bed things.
Come on, buddy. No, it's cool. You just didn't care about him that much.
He
after
wasn't
I'm
he
your
worked for
friend.
you
really
for years.
depressed now. Cool. I guess we'll end the episode there. Thanks so much for joining us, Cutie. If you want to hear about my poop, you can go watch the Patreon, which we'll be filming right after this.
Patreon.
I don't want to hear about that at all.
Or other stuff. We'll talk about other stuff too. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.